okay, so tell me about the roast, because I was coming to interview and all my friends were like, you have to ask her about it. Does she ever get in trouble?
No.
Did you ever get a phone call from somebody?
Okay, here's what I can say about getting in trouble. So when I did the last roast I did, it was Alec Baldwin, and Caitlyn Jenner was on it, and I wanted to make jokes about her car accident where the woman died. Yeah. And this was before I was friends with Caitlyn. Like, I'm not like friends, but before I was acquainted with her, and I love her so much. And so I just thought and I'm very familiar with her just based on the Kardashian show. But with Caitlyn, I wrote these jokes, and Comedy Central was like, please, Nikki, don't do these. Please don't. And I go, all you have to do is tell me with this, if Caitlyn were to say, don't make that joke. Listen, a woman died in the event that made this joke happen. An innocent woman that was just driving in front. And Caitlyn was found innocent. So this was a horrible accident. But I want to comment on it if, first of all, I'm not making fun of the victim and I'm just making fun of Caitlyn. And so I found jokes that did that. But so I said to Comedy Central, I won't do these jokes, but I need to know that she says don't do them. Have you told her that I might do these jokes? And they're like, no. And I'm like, tell her, ask her. Right. Can anyone do a joke? And they were too pussy to ask her because, and not pussy, but like I would be too. She's the biggest talent. They want to keep her. They don't want to scare her away. Yeah. And they think that even if they ask her, she'll be like, well, I'm not doing it anymore then. And so they're just like, please just don't. Yeah. And so I was doing these jokes around town, but I kept doing them because I'm like, I'm going to prepare to do them because until you tell me not to. And I asked them, can I meet with her and ask her before I'll literally can I call her? I'll do it so gently. And they were like, no, we don't trust you. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I keep doing the jokes, and they're literally the best jokes I have in my set that are just the ones that go like, oh my God. And this is the night before. And it kills and kills and kills. And there was another joke during the Bruce Willis roast too that I took out that I wish that I wouldn't have. But Jeff Ross was like, it's just mean, and they're gonna be there because it was making fun of how his daughters got his looks instead of Demi Moore's, and how I relate to that because my sister got my mom's looks and I look like my dad, and so like I was gonna make
anyone to make that joke, you could.
I was going to be like, I'm one of you. Like, listen, looking at the DNA, we had a choice of our God picked the wrong one for us, you know. But they're beautiful girls, but they do look like their dad more than their mom, and everyone knows it. And I was worded much more couthly than that, and it was putting me in it too. It was implicating myself as a Willis brother, and so but I didn't do it, and I regret doing it because those girls do have a great sense of humor, and I got called ugly like a million times during that thing. So but anyway, so
I think it's okay. You didn't do it. It's
fine. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, they're not like playing with toys. They're adult women. They could have handled it.
Yeah, but still.
It wasn't calling them ugly. It just said it looked like him. And that's okay to look like
I've turned into such a pussy, by the way.
Yeah, you have. I think they can handle it.
I think they can handle it.
They could have, but you know what? I have had a lot of regrets about roast where I didn't do that joke. Why didn't I do it? About literally everything. I'll leave here being like, why did I say that one thing? Why didn't I say this? And I'm always like, I can't fuck up anymore with those thoughts because I could spend the rest of the night being like, why didn't I tell that one story? Why did I blather on about that other bullshit? But now I'm just like, because if I did say that story, maybe it would have like upset someone in a way that they like kick their dog later that night. Like I always just think like I avoided something. Everything happens for a reason. Right. Bullshit.
A roast. Go ahead.
I get to the morning of the set is killer. I get to the morning and Comedy Central finally calls me and they go, Caitlyn found out that someone was making jokes running the set around town about the car accident and said that if those jokes are made during the show, she will walk. And I said, okay, great. They're taken out. They're done. Like they're out. And I was fine about it because I knew that might happen, but I wasn't going to do it unless it came from her, Right. So I didn't do those jokes. And I was also scared when I got there that she was going to be mad at me because she might have heard that it was me. They told me she just heard someone. So when I met her backstage right before we're walking on, I wanted to just have a moment with her being like, I love you. Like, I think you're so brave. I love trans people. Sure. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with them because I'm just like, that is insane. Like, insanely brave to me to like feel like you should have always been something and be like, I know everyone's going to make fun of me for the rest of my life and also tonight, but like, this is who I am. It's just, I just love it. So I wanted to have a moment with her where if she thought I was, even to say, hey, I'm sorry I made those jokes and that upset you. I didn't know that they were off limits. So I ran up to her, but she was walking so fast, even in heels, to the stage that I was like
still an athlete.
Still an athlete.
Yeah.
Walking so
still
fast.
Can kick your ass in golf.
Amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
if you are a 70, whatever, 2-year-old woman and you look that good, good luck. I remember looking at her being like, she is killing it. But so I ran up to her and I had heard from my friend Bonnie McFarlane, who's a writer on the show, that she had a really strong rehearsal set.
Yeah.
And so I went up to her and I was like, Caitlyn, I'm like, hi. I was like, I'm Nikki Glaser. I'm such a huge fan. I'm so excited to do this with you. I'm a comic on the thing. And I was like, I talked to a friend of mine that saw you at rehearsal. She said you killed. And I said, killed? And it just felt like I was addressing the joke that I'm like,
right.
And I heard you killed again. See you out there. You know, it just felt like I was doing the meanest girl. Do you ever do that where you're like, it's the opposite of what I meant?
Yes.
And I could tell her kind of look at me like, did you just say something like purposely? So I think after that I was like, and I love you. And I was just, you know, kissing her ass all the time. But then she was so nice to me. I mean, she found out I was on Dancing with the Stars and got voted off. She was like, you were voted off Dancing with the Stars first. She took me aside during the
that's good.
During the commercial break, and she was so fun. Those are so fun because none of the celebrities have their makeup people, their assistants, they're all up there alone. And so during the commercial break, we just have these famous people that I would never be around. I'm the least famous person there by far.
Sure.
I get to talk to them and like, they're getting all drunk and a little bit like boozy and flirty and fun. And so she was just like, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to you was getting voted first off Dancing with the Stars. Rob was on Dancing with the Stars. He had an amazing samba. And she was like telling me, she was going, YouTube, Rob Kardashian, Dancing with the Stars, Foxtrot. And I was like, I know but she was a sweet. What I learned about Caitlyn is that she's a really, I did Bert Kreischer's Cabin show with her on Netflix and after the roast, and I thought that she would be mad at me from the first roast just because, I had gone on Howard Stern after that and I had told the jokes about her.
Jokes.
My opening joke was, Caitlyn Jenner, such a beautiful woman you killed in that car accident. Like that was going to be my first joke.
Yes,
and so I told these on Stern and I felt like between me doing the roast and the Cabin that she might have developed a hatred for me because of the Stern thing. So I was scared to see her, but she was lovely and she thought I was trans for a second. They cut that. I was very happy because I was like, I love trans people. They feel like they're not seen inside. And she was like, are you trans? Like she asked me if I was trans, which, you know, I wouldn't be. Trans people look amazing. They pass better than I do some days as a woman. And I was born a woman, but it was a moment that I was just like, am I? Like, but it was we got along so well and she's a really doting mother and like just wanted to talk about her kids like, oh, so Kylie hasn't texted me in a bit and you know I'm just getting so upset every time I FaceTime her, she's not picking up. And it was just like normal mom like problems with their kids and I'm like, you're talking about Kylie? Or she'll be like, oh, did you see Kendall did that bottle cap challenge on the jet ski? I told her she could get it in the first time. Like, and I was like, yeah, I saw that. I liked that this morning, as did 90 million people. And you're talking about it's like a little video of your kid. It's so cute.